And it is official. Yabarakam Yabashamashaki Awashai, Kwame Yasharala, it's your brother Karatazaya Ban Yasharala, and we back at it like Torah addicts out of rehab. Can't stay away from this. I mean, jumping out that big purple, I'm sorry, my bad. That's that pink caddy with the purple tie on. It's your pastor harasser, brother. All right. So let's get it, man. I did a skit where I was a pastor one time, and it was classic. All right, so let's do this for the sake of the Most High's glory. By Shema Shaki Awashai, we don't do this for the show, but we do this for show. So start our screen share. All right, screen share. All right, I'm gonna bring up this page right here, first Torah portion. Booyah. This is where we are. Also, Nagayanium. If y'all get a chance, man, I want y'all to check out this track right here. Now, I don't own any rights in his music, so please, YouTube, don't clip me. I have no money. I ain't even monetized, so I don't even be asking y'all for money. If y'all want to give me something, cool, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, point is, this brother right here did an amazing job. This track is Buddy. Find Me. All right, find me. All right. If you're feeling it, you're feeling it, but I want to give a salute because that's what I like to do. All right, so Kwame Yasharala, here's the page. All right, check that brother out. Young hot cat from California, man. So Buddy's fire, man. So check him out, man. All right, so this is where we at this week's Torah portion. Now, in the reading of English, it says Vayera. Okay, Vayera. If my perspective is to read Paleo Hebrew because it not only is correct, it sets right with the spirit, it sets right with the pronunciation, it rolls off the tongue, and it's easy to say. The pronunciation was made like this to trip up our people, you know what I'm saying? So with that being said, I'm going to tell you what the pronunciation of this is and also tell you what it means. It's wa, ya, and this is ra, but it's ra'ah. The ve is supposed to represent wa, which means and. Ya supposed to represent ye right here. Ye is supposed to represent. Now I'm telling you the representation based off of the Paleo pronunciation. All right, so the ye is supposed to represent ya. So ya means and. Wa ya ra'ah appeared. So I said it incorrectly. So and this is wa. Excuse me. Though this is and this is he. All right. So and he. And then Ra'ah, before my fellow Hebrew scholars, because you got some brothers that just they got the Paleo spirit on them right now, and they on fire, and they can't wait to be like, that don't mean that. And I'll be like, oh, it don't? Well, go ahead, show me, man. So for any of my brothers, you know what I'm saying? So salute to you, be zealous. But this word means, and he appeared. The name of this week's Torah portion is, and he appeared. And he appeared, and he appeared. And who appeared? And he appeared. The he is the Savior, the King, the Creator, the Master, the one who so many Old Testament only brothers blatantly miss in their reading. Reading Hebrew is very fundamental. Reading Paleo Hebrew, it opens up everything. Vayera, and he appeared. Yahushua appeared in the Old Testament. Jesus, as our grandmothers and grandfathers, would call him because he prophesied he would do something to us. Let's see what he would do. Isaiah chapter 28, KJV Blue Letter Bible. Isaiah chapter 28 is beautiful. I believe everybody's familiar with it. All right, so you should be able to see my screen share. All right, I'm gonna try to not do too much, but just enough as the Holy Spirit gives utterance. The baby's asleep right now, and I'm so grateful for it. All right, so this is the verse that a lot of Israelites know, but let's look at it a little bit deeper. The world knows, right? So this is Isaiah chapter 28, verse 10. For precept must be upon precept. Shalom, Akmasha. Shalom. We're on live right now, brother. Can I be heard? Yeah, we're on live right now.
I was just on YouTube.
Well, yeah, we're on live right now, King.
Is you doing the conference call too, or this is live on?
You know what? Thanks for calling and asking. Let's start the conference call. I'm going to click over. Let's start the conference call. Brother Genesis was on the messenger call with me. So let's switch over to the conference call number. Can anybody, whoever's watching, can you put the Shabbat Shalom? Can you put the conference call number up in here? If anybody can put and brother Masha, the Golden Lion, man, that beautiful voice that roars throughout Yasharala. If you don't mind, would you also help to share out this video that's on YouTube throughout the community and the Gentiles that's on Facebook or whatever, and then they can also be part of it. And we're going to start the conference call now. I believe one of our family members that's on the YouTube, they're going to share the conference call number in here, and I'll be able to tag it. So yeah, we'll start it now, King, if that's okay.
Yeah. The conference call it's cut off on me.
It's what again for you?
It's cut off on me. The call will be in 5 minutes.
Yeah. You know what? I apologize. I'm sorry, man. I'll start it right now.
And want to share the live right now in the group.
Okay. TORAH, I appreciate you.
TORAH.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom. All right. All right. So let's get the conference call number started. All right. For those who would like to join. And throughout for everybody being patient. All right. So that's excellent. It's 38. That's 8 minutes back. Yay. Hallelujah. All right. So that's our brother Masha, the Golden Lion. That brother is beautiful. And he's always excellent with his sharing out information. So we are starting the conference call number now. So we have our video up on YouTube, but we haven't started our call yet. So we're starting right now. All right. So salute to everybody. Now, if you're watching on YouTube, you can't see my screen because my bedroom is dirty. So I apologize. So we're going to be doing filters and all that cool stuff. So I'm going to be changing back and forth, a lot of screen share. But everybody that else, let's get it. All right. So all right. So let's go ahead and send that out. And then here's the conference call number if anybody would like to join. All right. As soon as I find it. All right. So let me type this in here. So 848. I apologize. It's a slow roll. 220 330. All right. So boom. That's the number. And then if you would like to join, the extension is 522 5823. This is the extension. 522-5823. All right. So if anybody would like to join, there's that. All right. Now I need some Nagayana. All right. The silence is just hitting me crazy. All right. So man, we're on a nice little momentum. Just try to pick that momentum back up. All right. All right, that seems comfortable. If that's okay, put a 7 up here if that's okay. Hey, Shabbat Shalom. Shalom, great family. Hallelujah. All right, so I'm also going to put this invite up here. Put a 7 in the room if the sound is okay. It's really helpful. The feedback really helps. All right. So here's a copy of the link. If you would like to join, I'm going to put the link right there. You can be in the show with me. Put a 7 in the room if the sound is okay. Put a 3 in the room if it's too loud. A 7 if it's okay. A 3 if it's too loud. I have on studio headphones right now. All right, my bad. That seems better right there. That seems more comfortable. All right. So let me start this group real quick. All right. There's the link. If anyone put a conference call info. I don't know why. I can't see it. It didn't pop up for some reason. TORAH for that. But maybe other people can see it. Here's the link if anybody would like to join. And now, if you don't mind, give me a second. I have to go inside of my phone, and I'm going to open up the conference call number. All right. So this week's conference call, which is every week's conference call number, all praise to Yahweh. That helped me so much. Man, that helped me so much. Just to ask that question and look down and that helps so much. TORAH, y'all. All right. So here's the conference call number if anybody wants to join. And then if you are watching, subscribe to my YouTube. I got like 4 friends on YouTube. You feel me? It's crazy. It's like, it's my children. It's like my son, Yashar, Jeremiah, And then the two little girls, them are like only fake YouTube subscribers. That's crazy, right? All right, so there's a conference call number if anybody would like to join. All right, so it's 848-220-3300. All right. And then once you push that number, what you're going to do is you're going to come in, and I'm pulling up now. 522-5823. After you put that in, here's the conference call number. All right. All right. So now I've started this conference call number, and I had that deafening music in my ear for an entire class. If somebody don't join this conference call within the next 10 minutes, I'm cutting it off, because I can't. It's crazy trying to teach, and that elevator music is going, and then I be like making music too. So trying to do that, and at the same time, you know, I'm sorry, I love that picture. I just want to jump out the car, talk to him for a little bit. Let me tell you, do you know about your Howard shot? No, you know he was black. No. So anyway, but I love that image, man. That's hilarious, man. But yeah. So let's go ahead and get to it. All praise the Most High. All right. This week's Torah portion. All right. This week's Torah portion. We're gonna start right where we left off at. Vayera. This week's Torah portion means "and he appeared." All right. Can somebody put a notice out there? Can y'all put a notice out there? Because if you're on, Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, if you're on the conference call. Hey, somebody's on. Who's on the conference call? There we go. All praise. So I appreciate that. And since we are using a conference call, one of the best things I do whenever I'm in a class, I don't sit there. And now I'm not talking about y'all, okay? I want to encourage y'all to do something. When you sit in class, if you have a moment like, I got a pee, I have a flash, just sit there like you would check your Facebook, you would check your messages, be like, let me share this out. When we share out, I want to ask everybody, share out and be like, yeah, I did. I put it in. Some people hit me back. They be like, yeah, I put it over here. I put it over there. Great. Put it somewhere else. Share it to a hater or something. Let me entertain your haters. All right. But let's teach the people if we can, because I found that out. We can, we can put a hand out there. So I want to tell everybody, if you're rocking, if you've got somebody that can listen, a lot of people are sometimes pressed about the conference call because we're in situations or locations to where we can't be in the internet. So we have to be pressed on a phone call. So I need that audio phone call. I need to hear it. So we got it up for you. So please use it, everybody. All right. Also, I got to try to be as quick as possible because, we're being respectful of baby's time. Right? All right. They were respectful of their time. Ain't that something? Yeah, that picture. Yeah, I love it, man. Yeah, that reminds me when we did this. So if we're rocking on a conference call, all right, let's go ahead and get it. I look forward to hearing those dings. Let those dings come in. All right, on the conference call, you know what I'm saying? Sound like I'm on the OF, right? I want to hear them bells. Let them phone calls come in. Let them phone call you. Ding. Yeah, that's what's up. Let's teach. All right. So here's the conference call number again. All right. And then for the conference call number, all right, if you're watching, you can copy that, share it out. All right. And then here's also the conference call access number. All right. So it's in the back chat, all that good stuff. But what we'll be studying from is we're going to be looking from the book of Genesis chapter 18. All right. Now, from Genesis chapter 18 to verse 22, Christ is all up in there. And I think that's so fire because sometimes we may have heard it. It's been told to us, but now today you can see it for yourself. All right. So let's go ahead and get to it now. First, let me switch the picture to this. I like this one. This was suitable. Let's go with this. Hamashiach appeared unto Abraham. All right. Also, glory to the mothers, to the women of Israel. All right. And all of what, man. I was thinking about Sarah, Abraham's wife, Abram's wife. All right. I was thinking about her and her just hearing, what you mean I'm going to have a baby? I'm 90 years old. I ain't got no milk no more. Yeah. She laughed but see, and you know what? And then she said, I ain't laughing. But she lied. Our grandmother lied. But we're not calling her a liar, but it happens. Because even in the scriptures, it says there's one that slippeth at the mouth, but not at the heart. You may say something you didn't mean. It's fine. You know what? I ain't mean it. I ain't laugh. I did that with my brother Joshua Isaac. You know what I'm saying? I was in a case and there's a bunch of people saying some stuff against me. And I was like, man. And I was playing Mortal Kombat at the same time. So he's like, see, that's what I'm talking about. The brother don't take nothing serious. He laughing. I was like, I wasn't laughing. He's like, see, no, he lying. I was like, oh. So I had to be like, I'm playing Mortal Kombat, and I laughed. He said, see this brother. I was like, you know what? So Sarah the same way. Sarah sat there and said, I didn't laugh. Mashiach said, surely you did laugh. All right, we're gonna look at that. So my quick little cool funny testimony, man. All right, so let's get Genesis chapter 18, KJV, Blue Letter Bible. All right, Genesis chapter 18, and for those that's watching, and I have a screen I'm gonna pull up. I just remembered I got a green screen. I can pull up a green screen. I ain't got to see my room. Let me see if I can do this real quick. All right. No, never mind. Let's stick to the script. All right, so we over here. Genesis 18. All right, if you can see it, put a 7 in the room. All right, now let me know if you're ready. Put a 7 in the room. All right, if you're not ready, you know what I'm saying? Put a 7 in the room because you just let me know that you at least heard me. All right, so let's get it. Genesis chapter 18, verse 1. I'm going to do a lot of teaching, I think, today, so just rock with us. As long as the Lord allows, and these, let's go. Because I really want to show Christ in the Old Testament. Look at this. And the Lord, all capitals. Yep, I'm doing it already. If you're watching on the screen, we're going to the interlinear. Wah. Right here it says Ra'ah. Ra'ah. Wa ya Ra'ah. And then right here it's Yahweh. Let's look at both of these together. I hope that everybody gets something out of this. And if you're not watching on the screen, I'm going to speak what I'm seeing on the screen. So if you're not watching, you'll still be able to hear a narrative. What we just looked at is the word, and he appeared, the very beginning of this week's Torah portion. Okay. Verse 1. Oh my goodness. I don't know if that was a dog or a baby about to bust through my door. Oh my goodness. All right. The very beginning of this week's Torah portion is, and the Lord appeared. That's the name of this week's Torah portion. The name of this week's Torah portion, as we broke down earlier, Vayera. It's Wayara. But see, now the question comes to me, if I look at this in the language it was written in, which is Hebrew, and I translate it as it's broken down for us, Ra'ah, it says to see, to look, behold, show, appear, to consider. A seer, a spy, is also a Ra'ah, to respect. I respect you. Yo, Ra'ah, Ra'ah, Ra'ah. We learn in Hebrew now, right? To perceive something. Oh, Ra'ah, Anya Ra'ah, I get it, I perceive it. To provide, Ra'ah, regard, Ra'ah, enjoy, Ra'ah, lo, Ra'ah, foreseeth, Ra'ah, heed, Ra'ah. Heed, Ra'ah. Ra'ah, to see, look at, inspect, precede, consider, to see, perceive, to have vision, to look at, to see, to regard, look after, see after, learn about, observe, watch, look upon, look out, find out, to see, observe, consider, look at, give attention to, discern, distinguish, to look at, to gaze at, to appear, present oneself. We're going to stop right there. If you're looking at the screen, we just read definition I, or definition 1. But under definition I1, it has different subcategories. And these subcategories are A, B, C, D, E through F. And all of those have to do with, if you use your eyeballs, you Ra'ah. If I look at you, guess what everybody's doing right now? Everybody is Ra'ah right now. Now, this has nothing to do with, let's go to this screen right here. I want to show everybody something. I just typed 2 letters. In my screen search. I just typed in R and A. R and A, if you type it in, it brings up an Egyptian deity, so calls it, which is just Ra. We're not going into Egyptology. I'm just telling you that words are very important, and knowing the difference between the languages and the meanings will really help you to not get confused. It'll really help you to stay on subject, and it'll help you to go deeper in your studies. If I say Ra, please don't be confused or let nobody come behind and say that's referring to Egypt. It's a sound of a language. And these are the two sounds that these characters make. The point of saying such is to say, I want to show you one more. If you're on my screen, you can see this. I may have spelled that wrong because I do a lot of, I'll be spelling stuff in Hebrew and I'll be putting H's on stuff. Let's go to images. Egypt. And I'm very confident I didn't spell it correct. All right. So what we're looking at is for Amun Ra in Egypt. Now you have some Amun. Thank you so much, man. Amun. You'll have some that'll come and they'll say, well, that is Egyptian to say amen. It's not Egyptian to say amen. It's not. If you say amen, that's a Hebrew phrase. All right. I did not. Nobody. I'm not even screen sharing. I didn't even know I was screen sharing. I'm not screen sharing. I've been showing all kind of stuff. I came back and looked at my screen. Shalom, welcome in, my shot. Golden Lion. Shalom, Madawan. Welcome in, King. Yeah, bro. My check out shot. So I didn't do my bad. So I just did all kind of screen shares. Then I went through all kind of stuff. My bad, man. I was showing all kind of things. Apologize about that, guys. Y'all got to tell me when I'm not screen sharing because I'll be moving. The spirit be moving. I'll be gone. Pew. All right, so let's get back to it. So point of saying such to bring it all the way back around is where we are, where we were learning that just because somebody says amen, it doesn't bring it back to the Egyptian god, false deity, Ra representation. It doesn't bring it back to that. Just because somebody says, let's go over here. This is where we're reading from. And this is the Hebrew we were reading. All right. Now, I apologize for not screen sharing earlier. All right. So this is where we get Ra, and we have the second character. And this third character has an open door in it. Can everybody see how it's open? That it looks like a little pathway right there. That's for your breath to go through. That's the H in Hebrew. The ha, that's that character. So Ra'ah. So this is what we're learning at. So if you say Ra'ah, you're not referring to any Egyptian anything. You're reading Hebrew. You're pronouncing Paleo. So Ra'ah by itself is the see, look, and all that. These are the definitions that we read all the way down. See? I mean, Ra'ah. Ra'ah, everyone. See, everyone. Perceive, everyone. Ra'ah. To have a vision. Ra'ah. Now, that's definition number one. But when you get to definition number two, see, Hebrew is multifaceted. Our language is very multifaceted. It's to appear, to present oneself. If I say to you, Ahabia Ra'ata, what did I just say? Anybody that's online, I say, Ak Ra'ata, Baba Kusha. What did I just say? If you're on a conference call and if you perceive Hebrew, if you Ra'ah Hebrew, if I say, yo, anybody on a conference call, Baba Kusha, Ra'ah, Ra'ata. If I just say it, what words am I at least trying to say? What words did I say in Hebrew? Anybody? Come on, help me out. Take your time, but don't take forever. All right. I think I'm gonna save that image, man. That image is fire, but I think I'm gonna save it till we actually get to the part of Yahweh Shai. All right. I'm gonna put this image up because this is how I'm actually feeling. All right. Have whatever perspective you may think that this picture means, that's how I'm feeling right now. All right. So let's teach this Annie Rosie teaching the Bible right now. All right. Annie Rose had a long cigarette in her hand. She had a menthol. She had a Benson & Hedges menthol 100 in her hand. Long cigarette. And I was little, and I used to wonder, like, how is the ashes not falling? She'd be talking. She'd be talking about the scripture, telling right long thing. And I'm telling you, Annie Rosie dropping jewels. So let's get it. All right. We got our brother, Masha Gold lying on. Salute to you, Adawan. All right. Thank you for what you do for others, brother, for always being a beautiful minister, for always helping people to be in communication, man. We love you, man. You're a beautiful brother, man. All right. All right.
Masha, you too.
All praise to all. All right. So, forgive me if I'm in my Annie Rosie zone. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I'll be in that bag. All right. And you know what I'm saying? Sometimes I'll be the pastor, right? So it is what it is. All right. So right now, let's go with what the Most High is giving us. Did he not say, come as you are? Did he not say, come as you are? Do he not say, come as you are? Well, all right, then. Let's get back to the word. All right. So Ra'ah means to appear, to present oneself. If I say to you, Ata Ra'ah, I said you appear. I said you present oneself. See, don't change it to say, come here. No, because come here is a different phrase. Once you see it, how it's said in Hebrew, and this is why when we read, just like a salute to Masakwani, they read everything to us And we had to stand there for hours in class, standing up reading. And they were preparing us. And I was Kwan Shara. She was taking so much beautiful lessons and teaching them to my ribs and families and daughters, my ribs specifically. And all of us. I was Kwan Shara. She was a dope teacher, man. Salute to her and her husband, you know what I'm saying? The ministry and her. Oh, yeah. All right. I miss those halakha classes. All right. So if I say to you, Ra'ah, I'm teaching you to pronounce it how it's written. Somebody did the homework for you, so you can do it too. It's okay to be a polyparrot. All right. As long as you're repeating the right things. All right. Ra'ah, to appear. Ra'ah, present oneself. Ra'ah, to be seen. Ra'ah, to be visible. Wait a minute. If I'm to be visible now, does that mean I can also be invisible? I'm thinking like Annie Rosie. I don't know. If I can be visible, obviously I could have been invisible. Ra'ah, to be seen. Ra'ah, to cause to see. Ra'ah, to show. Ra'ah, to cause to look intently at. Ra'ah, behold. Ra'ah, to gaze at. Ra'ah, to cause to see. To cause to be see. What am I reading? To cause to see. Excuse me. To cause to see. Okay. Oh, I caused you to Ra'ah. Okay. Ra'ah, to be shown. Ra'ah, to be exhibited. Ra'ah, to look at each other's face. Oh my goodness. Abraham saw somebody in this week's Torah portion. Abraham was face to face with somebody in this week's Torah portion. Now, I will tell you, I have my beloved Banyam, and if I tell one of my Banyam to do something, they'll do it. Some of them may take their time. The scriptures even talk about if a servant delays and then does it later, is not the master pleased. I had to get over that one. I had to get over that one of my ribs. On my ribs, she's Christmas. Take forever to do something. But then when it get done, be like, oh yeah, that was more than what I expected. Okay, oh no, okay, that was this, that, okay, but I needed it then. But so the master's still pleased. It's like a child with a parent. If a child takes too long doing something, the parent isn't happy. But when the child doesn't, it's done well, the parent is pleased. See? So somebody just came in the room, and I'm going to incorporate you. I'm going to add you in. So the water for joining. When you come in, please mute up. All right, and just rock with us. You know what I'm saying? If you got something to say, you know what I'm saying? You're welcome to. All right. Oh, that was my shot. You left out and came back in. Welcome back out. All right. Now I want to let anybody know that if you're watching right now, I would much rather you, if you could, I would much rather you hit this link, because this link will do you like it just did with my shot. It'll bring you in here. Like that's like, it'll bring you in here. I'm not the dude sitting at the front of the table trying to command the class. I'm the class clown trying to get everybody to learn more. Like I ain't gonna stunt. Like I went behind the teacher's desk and I got the books and I was like, everybody, here's the information. Ain't that easier? I'm that dude. I ain't gonna stunt. All right. So with that being said, you know, I want everybody to be involved. So there's the link. I'm not afraid. I'm not shy. There it is. Come on in. Rock with it. Join with us. We got Pitney. I got children. Any of my children want to join? Anybody want to rock in just because? There you go. All right. All praise y'all. What's so much I got, sir? All right. Appreciate that. Yo, Shabbat Shalom Lakai. How was Shema, daughter of Sarah. Shalom, virtuous daughter of Sarah. Shalom, Amario World. Shalom, Yahweh Shemar Lakai. That's my Maharka impersonation. Shalom in the world. All right, so let's get to it, everybody. Shalom, Makwaf. There was a whole bunch of things I said in the beginning of this video that was absolutely wonderful. I would that you was a part of it, but you're right on time, and I salute you because you have a beautiful ministry. I look forward to getting back to, not getting back. I look forward to going forward, not back to me. I look forward to going forward and whatever how it has for, you know, for you and other sisters and brothers. You know what I'm saying? That's a very faithful ministry. So I salute all daughters of Israel that's operating in righteousness and truth. You know what I'm saying? Yes, the scripture says, let me get this for y'all real quick, because I was being funny, but I was being serious. 1 Peter chapter 3, KJV Blue Letter Bible. All right. Now, I made that comment to the sister Maria and to the rest of the daughters of Israel because this Bible is so beautiful, and I pray everybody can see this. Look at this. Godly living. Likewise, ye wives, be in subjection unto your own husbands, that if any obey not the word, that they may also without the word. So if a person ain't operating, a woman ain't operating in the word, he encourages you, good women, to keep operating, that why? That also may without the word be won by the conversation of wives. So by y'all's good behavior and by y'all's good conversation, y'all can win over other. And please don't think I'm referring to or mentioning anybody. I am not. And if somebody says, yes, you are, no, I'm not. I'm talking about all women of Israel, including daughters. All right. Everybody. So, and I'm also giving you women good. I'm also giving y'all a big up. Okay. And the reason why I'm giving y'all a big up is because your good behavior is so beautiful, especially when you see bad behavior. It makes the good ones shine more. Look at this. While they behold your chaste conversation, look at this, coupled with fear. So the ones that's being bad, they observe your good conversation and they observe your fear of Yahweh, whose adorning, let it not be that outward adorning of plaiting the hair and of weaving of gold or putting on of apparel. This verse does not mean don't wear those things. This verse means that those things can't be the external source of what it looks like. You can't be, it's not that. It's a more beautiful internal source. And I've read this to my friends and family before. It's Clementine Homilies, book number 2, chapter 16. And it's on chastity. Chastity are those inner things that shine out. And it's so dope because when you read it, it literally references the same thing that Peter says. And Peter and Clement, the one who wrote it, he explains how those things are the spiritual things which shine better than outward appearance. All right. So we're not told to not wear these things. So if you're an Israelite woman and you are a humble, modest, meek, you know, what is it? Nice, neat, meek, gentle. Can he? Well, I ain't gonna say it. Are there here? I bet you, Auntie got you. Auntie got you. I bet can't none of y'all women up in here. Can't none of y'all say the attributes of a virtuous wife. Auntie, I already know. I done been down through there. Cigarette ash ain't went nowhere. It's a stream of smoke all in the room, and I'm looking dead at her like, how is she still? And I'm telling you, it was so dope learning from Annie Rosie because she would be dropping the Bible all right. She'll be dropping the jewels and everything that she was saying. It surpassed whatever issues that she lived through. All right. So, but yeah, so real quick, Daughters of Israel, booyah, there we go. Nice, neat, dainty, sweet, humble. There we go. Hold on, wait. I know I missed some, LOL, no worries, because they're in you. So the fact that you know you missed a couple, at least on your list, they're inside of you because you know that they're there. Just like when we say the alphabet, we might not say all the alphabet characters the first time. We might say A, B, G, D, L, F. I missed something, but it's in you, you know it. So there are attributes. And here's a sister that you can talk to. So Sister Maria, there's other women that's in this truth, that's in this ministry, that's about the Mashma Chayim. All right. So let's get back to giving honor. All right. And then this isn't slander, no slander. This should be bigging you sisters up. All right. Whose adorning, let it not be the outward adorning, the plaiting of hair, the wearing of gold, and the putting on of apparel. I would love to read to y'all more on that. But let it be the hidden man of the heart, in that which is not corruptible, even the ornament of a meek and quiet spirit. Oh my goodness. Somebody give that woman a ticker tape parade. I think women that hit the scriptures on the head, I think y'all should be celebrated. I think Israelite women, Hebrew women, community women, as cultural women should all come together, saying once a month, and they should all throw themselves a party. And the highest, saying that there should be, they should all throw themselves a righteous setup. But I would let my ribs do that. I would let my ribs do that. And then, I would do that. That custom is actually in India. I've seen that in India. I don't know the name of it. 1 Peter chapter 3, verse 5. For after this manner in the old time, the holy women also who trusted in Yahweh adorned themselves, right? The trusted elder women was meek and of quiet of spirit. Now we're going to see that. We're going to see that when we get to right here, Genesis chapter 18. We're going to see a meek, humble woman. For those that's on the phone, we just switched the screen. And that woman was Abraham's wife. 1 Peter chapter 3. Let's get to it. For after this manner of old time, the holy women also who trusted in Yahweh adorned themselves in what? In a meek and quiet spirit. It wasn't about all the apparel. It wasn't about the extensions. Our grandmothers, this is how they rocked. And even in a condition that they were so gorgeous. Because people crack jokes like, we ain't about to be out there musty and hairy and all that stuff. You know what? That's just an ugly attribute to even think like. The fact that, we know that we have to clean up ourselves as far as hygiene, which we do, and we did. But the vanity of some women to think that these items make them more than what they are when Yahweh already made you perfect. You know, so even your pheromones when you sweating, when you working, it's perfect. So these women were adorned in meek and quiet spirit, which is in the sight of Allah, Allahayim, God, of great price. For after this manner in the old time, the holy women also who trusted in God adorned themselves, being in subjection unto their own husbands, even as Sarah obeyed Abraham, calling him Lord, whose daughters ye are, as long as ye do well, and are not affrighted with any amazement. Do you all, let's focus on verse 6. I know we all heard a lot. Verse 6 was our only point. I love verse 6 because this puts the fear of God in every woman that's wise. It doesn't put the fear of God in unwise women. If you look at this, it says, whose daughters ye are. Now, before I start talking about this, I want everybody to pour out your thoughts on the chat. Pour out your thoughts. What does this verse say to you? Before I go into my rant, come on, man. Type as quick as you can. You can be spelling bad and everything. Use speech text. I don't care. This verse, 1 Peter chapter 3, verse 6 says, as even Sarah obeyed Abraham, calling him Lord, whose daughters you are. It's confirmed. You're Abraham's daughters. So as long as you do well and are not affrighted with any amazement. Let me turn over to Amy Rosie real quick. Now, if Amy Rosie was saying it with attitude, which she usually did, talk with very, you know, the scripture says Ezekiel, it was in Exodus chapter 1, the daughters of Israel are lively. They give birth before we even get there. Man, them two Israelite women, Shua and Pua, was dropping jewels so that the Israelites would be. He said, nah, they give birth before we even get there. I'm sorry, Pharaoh. I don't know what happened. The baby was already born when I got there. If Amy Rosie was saying it like this is how I would hear her saying. Even as Sarah obeyed Abraham, calling him Lord, because she had the accent. Whose daughters you are. See, you they daughters. You are they daughters. As long as you do well. See, when you say it with actual expression and not just the commas, the comma is there to pause, to help you to understand what's being said. Hold on, take a pause, take a breath. If you're rocking on a conference call, can you mute up on your phone for me, please? Because it sends an echo through my phone. So when you say it with the understanding of what this verse is saying, that means that this is a not contentional, but it's a conditional. This is a conditional verse. Even as Sarah obeyed Abraham, calling him Lord, whose daughters you are, as long as you do well and are not afraid with any amazement. That is a heavy statement. First of all, any amazement? You mean I can't let nothing amaze me? What do you mean? I can't let Spider-Man amaze me? But I like the Amazing Spider-Man. So what you saying? I'm not a daughter of Sarah because I like the Amazing Avengers? Hold on, wait, that don't even sound right. That don't even sound right. Well, no, that's absolutely not what I'm saying, Amy Rosie. What I'm actually saying, Amy Rose, is when you go to the Greek, the word that's here is very important. And as long as you do well, see, as long as, that means it's conditional. You're a daughter of Sarah, as long as you keep acting like a daughter of Sarah, as long as you keep being humble, as long as you keep being nice, meek, modest, kind, quiet, sweet. It's conditional. Everybody ain't a daughter of Sarah. If you jumpy, if you finicky, if you quick to switch base, you like to jump ship, get out the car, you want to go running, you're not consistent. Sarah was kidnapped. This word that's right here is very important. That's all I'm saying, Amy Rosie. And are not afraid with any amazement. I want to show y'all why this word afraid is so important. Afraid of what? Let's look at this word real quick. Now, you can see what this word means. You can see what it is. It looks exactly like it sounds. Fo. Bo. Shalom, beloved. Have you ever had a phobia?
Strong's G, 5399. Fabeo.
What is the root word? Well, phobeo. What is the word that we use for phobeo today? It's phobia. It's phobia. You're afraid of losing your husband. You're afraid of losing your position. You're afraid that he might this. You're afraid that this might be that. You're afraid, you're afraid, you're afraid. You're afraid. You're afraid that that might happen. It's good to be cautious. It's good to be careful. It's good to be safe. But it's a difference in being put to flight. You ran. The daughters of Israel, like Sister Maria, who's been consistent in the ministry, that sister didn't run from the truth. She stuck with the truth when she found out she was even greater than what she thought. She wasn't put to flight and say, oh, this stuff wasn't true. Oh, my God, I've been lied to my whole life. I could have just, nah, she found out she was a true daughter of Sarah and went forward. So the daughters of Sarah, who you are, as long as you be not phobeo, don't have a phobia. You got to have a manly stomach to be a daughter of Sarah. You don't believe me? Go and ask the woman whose sons was dismembered in front of her eyes in the course of one day. She had to have a manly stomach and stand there all day. I done flipped out for people. I done flipped out just for people saying stuff to me the wrong way. Standing there, watching my sons be murdered, 7 of them, and she didn't have no grandchildren. That means they was all virgins. She had a manly stomach. She wasn't no punk. Salute to all you daughters of Israel who have that phobia, that fear of Yahweh. So don't be put to flight by terrifying. To put to flight, to flee, to fear, to be afraid. This is in anything, in ministry, in family situations. To be struck with fear, to be seized with alarm, to those startled by strange sights or occurrences. What's an occurrence? Occurrence is something that happened. To those struck with amazement, to fear, be afraid of one, to hesitate. I think everybody pretty much got the point of it. Let's go back to the next one. We're not done because we have one more look at it. Now we have amazement. You mean to tell me, because I like amazement?
Strong's G 4423. Da'asis. Da'asis.
I can see the P and the T sound right here. All right. Aces. 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 Reading it and looking at it really helps. So I encourage everybody to do it. All right. Aces. To be afraid of with terror. Amazement. I don't have anything else on that. I don't have anything else on that. I think the plane landed safely and everybody's just like, okay, get the point. I'm glad we off the plane. Can we get our bags and get off now? Yes, we can. You are a daughter of Sarah if you obey. It's conditional. Not just him calling her him, not just her calling him Lord, because Israelite, man, I love that. I love that. Yeah, once my ribs and we got past that, Lord, yeah, Lord, I the one. Once we got all past that, I was like, yeah. I mean, hold on, yeah, all right, we got that. That's cool. But this part right here, whose daughters you are, and other women need to know that, so y'all can tell other women, you're not acting like a daughter of Sarah. Why? Because you're not being subject to your husband. You're not quiet in spirit, nor are you meek. So let me help you out, little sister. You know what I'm saying? Teach that to the children. All right. So 1 Peter chapter 3, verse 6. Now let's go back to our beautiful mother, Sarah, with this week's Torah. This week's Torah portion. This week's Torah portion. We're in Genesis chapter 18, verse 1. And I am burning food in the kitchen because I can smell it. So give me 1 second, and we'll be right back. Yeah. Oh. Hold on. Oh man, you right about that. Yeah. I know. Yeah, trying to move. Great job. Trying to move. Great job. You're not funny. Come on, you right there. That's not gonna. Oh, that's super black. That's gonna be ours. Okay. Oh man, it's okay. I would like it though. Oh man, you don't gotta keep exposing me like that. Oh Soraya, I appreciate you so much. Gonna be all right. It's gonna be all right. All right, and that can be all. All right, the water for being patient. All right. I have no idea what it is. All right. Oh man. All right, the water for that. All right, so let's get back to it. Here, Shabbat. Watch out. It's cool. All right. Let's get it. Back at it. The water for everybody being patient. So we are at the book of Genesis, chapter 18 and verse 1. And the first thing that we seen was, and the Lord appeared. All right. That's the name of this week's Torah portion, and it's very important because not only did the Lord appear, he showed himself. I apologize. He showed himself. He ra'ah. And this is what we were just breaking down. And the Lord appeared unto him in the plains of Mamre, and he sat in the tent of the door in the heat of the day. It is very important to know that right here where it says Yahweh, this is the name of the Most High. His name is not Al-Shadia. It's not a title. I'm just going based off of it's important to know that this name that's right here, for all of us who are practitioners of the principles Abraham kept, the name that's here can be seen in English as Jehovah. This is in English. In Hebrew, the word in capital letters for the representation of the self-existing one is 6,510 times. So if anyone ever says, well, God's name is Jehovah, like in the OASP teaching, they teach that Jehovah has an I in it. Well, that's incorrect. That's a whole false deity. And that name isn't found one time in the Bible, but Yahweh is found 6,519 times. So if you ever have an issue with that, all you do is just go to where it's mentioned. Now, this is just Cineas, where we see the name of the supreme God. See that? Amongst the Hebrews. So we'll rest the floor on that. It's important to know that because you have to know when you see capital L-O-R-D, that's what's usually referenced to as the tetragrammaton, or the 4 characters that represent Yahweh's name. So Vayera appeared unto him, Abraham, in the plains of Mamre, and he sat in the tent door in the heat of the day. And he lifted up his eyes and looked, and lo, 3 men. Pay very close attention. Abraham knew that he was dealing with his God. He knew it. And he even said it in his speech. It's not a mystery anymore. The God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, which is Yahweh. He sent his mighty ministering angels. And one of these angels were more chiefly than the other 2 angels. 3 men stood by him. And when he saw them, he ran to meet them from the tent door and bowed himself toward the ground and said, my Lord, if I have found favor in thy sight, pass not away, I pray thee, from thy servant. Now, Abraham was a king amongst his people. He wasn't a bum. He wasn't just a guy in a tent with some old white lady with saggy boobs. Abraham was a king. He was known of. He had a great party with him. His father was wealthy. Yahweh prospered him everywhere he went. And when he left from the land of from the land of Nimrod, he left with great wealth. Abraham called this man his Lord. Let's look at this word real quick. We're going to do Hebrew and English. So he called him Adonai. What's Adonai? Adonai, firm, strong, Lord, master, reverence to men, reverence to God. In the sense of kings, is reverence to men. The Adon of the whole earth, the Lord God. So when Abraham called him Adonai, my Lord, Abraham knew who he was addressing. If I have found what? Favor in thy sight. It wasn't a great king that came with a party and a train. It was one king with two men that was with him, two angels, appearance of angels, appearance of men. But Abraham knew to give him reverence. He says, pass not away, I beg you, pray thee, from your servant. Let a little water, I pray thee, be fetched, and wash your feet, and rest yourselves under the tree. And I will fetch a morsel of bread, and comfort your hearts. After that ye shall pass on. And therefore, for therefore we are come to your servant. And they said, so do, as thou hast said. And Abraham hastened into the tent to Sarah, and said, make ready 3 measures of fine meal, knead it, and make cakes upon the hearth. And Abraham read to the herd. Now I'm going to stop right here. For all of the Hebrew veganites, I have no idea where they get that stuff from. Abraham, our father, standing before Yahweh Shai in the Old Testament, who is also known as Ath, A-H-T-H. The first character in Hebrew and the last character is Hebrew. When you read the Hebrew Bible, it's Ath, A-H-T-H. It doesn't just say Lord and God everywhere. Ath is represented as Al-Shadia, Allahaya, the representative of the Most High Power, but not the Most High Power, just the representative of him. As he said in the New Testament, I am the Alpha and Omega, the first and the last, the beginning and the end. He wasn't referring to Greek. He was referring to the Hebrew characters. And then when you go and read in the Hebrew Bible, you're like, oh, that's what he was saying. He wasn't saying that I am the, he was saying that I'm the, oh, man, I'm an Israelite. This stuff is dope. And Abraham read into the herd. So Abraham went to the animals and fetched a calf. This is a baby, tender. Oh, man, this is a really good baby, man. Tender and good. Man, this is my best baby calf. This baby ain't did nothing wrong. Man, this is the one I've been saving all year, man, because I knew that this one was just, I was going to use this one one day to be my prize calf. But now the Lord is here and gave it into a young man and hastened to what? To dress it. Do you know what it means to dress a calf? To dress an animal? You cut it open. You take out the intestines. You wash the intestines. You get the blood out. You separate the tenants. You get the feces out. And you get it prepared to be eaten. I don't know where these Hebrew veganites come from. Old Testament onlys and Hebrew veganites have nowhere to stand in this thing right here. First of all, the Lord is right here from the New Testament. And then second of all, the supplication of animal. Not only that, but meat and cheese is here too. Excuse me, milk and cheese is here too. So if you don't want to drink milk, cool. I choose goat milk. That's the best for me. But you know, I do a nice 1% milk. I know, go through the. I know what the. I know. But almond milk, goat milk, almond milk, and if I don't go. Yahweh, please bless this meal and everything. It's not unlawful, is my point. So non-messianics have to see Christ in the Old Testament. This is Af Allahaya, the Lord, the representation of Yahweh. And this is also the sacrifice of animals to be fed. So I don't want any of you Israelite brothers and sisters that's going through it like vegan. Listen, man, Abraham did this for the Lord. And he did what? Verse 7. And Abraham ran unto the herd. This old man ran and fetched the calf tender and good and gave it unto the young man and hastened to dress it. And he took butter and milk and the calf, which he had dressed, and set it before them. and he stood by them under the tree, and they did eat. Now, I want to tell you right now, when we read this in the Bible, it says that they did eat. I want to tell you that I've also read that they did not eat. And some might say that that's a contradiction. It's not a contradiction. All right. In the Bible, it says they did eat. The Hebrew historian Flavius Josephus says that they did not eat, but they made a show of eating. But because of their celestial forms, they don't eat flesh. They don't eat meat because they're celestial, and they don't bring. Why would the Lord bring himself down and eat something else under him which he created? So Josephus explains that they didn't actually eat the flesh. They just made a show of it. All right. Verse 9, and it reads, and we can read that because we're going to go to Josephus. We already have it pulled up. And they said unto him, where is Sarah, thy wife? Sarah, excuse me. Where is Sarah, thy wife? And he said, behold, in the tent. And he said, now look at this. Only one of these three men are representatively speaking. Only one of these three men are representatively speaking. That one of those three is Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. That one of those three is Christ the King. Oh man, I didn't show the screen. Man, I didn't know I wasn't screen sharing. Hey, Masha, man, you in here, you in a group, bro. You're on a video. If I'm not screen sharing, you can unmute your mic. You can be like, yo, you're not sharing.
How do I go about sharing?
I'm sorry. How do what again?
I mean, I'm on, but my mic is mute. But yeah, sharing.
It's okay, Masha. You did great, bro. I'll take care of it, man. Oh, excuse me. Please don't push it. She doesn't have to get over. I only have one lap. All right. All right. So my bad. Did you want to say something?
Oh, I was doing it with my phone. If I probably had a laptop, I'd probably be able to share.
No worries, no worries. Hey, I was just saying, I was slipping, man. I was reading it. Okay, let me show everybody. Whenever I'm reading, I can't. Hey man, excellent, man. So let's go ahead and get back to this. My bad. So I wasn't screen sharing. So here we are now. We're screen sharing now, everybody can see. Genesis chapter 10, verse 18. And he said, I will certainly return unto thee according to the time of life. When is the time of life? That's the next question I had. When is the time of life? The time of birth? The time of conception? Is that springtime when time starts to where life and everything comes back? When is the time of life? And lo, Sarah thy wife shall have a son. And Sarah heard it at the door, which was behind him. Now Abraham and Sarah were old and well stricken in age, and it ceased to be with Sarai after the manner of women. When it says after the manner of women, this means that her menstrual cycle stopped. That's right. Her menstrual cycle stopped. So since her menstrual cycle stopped, she's saying, I'm no longer able to give life. In her head, I know you did. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry, y'all. You're fine. My bad. Ain't Rosie and me came out. All right. Lay down. Thank you. All right. Oh, absolutely not. Shah, please. And Abraham said to Sarai, oh, I'm sorry. Genesis chapter 18, verse 11. And Abraham and Sarai were old and well stricken in age, and it ceased to be with Sarai after the manner of women. All right. Therefore, Sarai laughed within herself, saying, after I am waxed old, shall I have pleasure of my Lord being old also? And Yahweh said unto Abram, wherefore did Sarai laugh, saying, shall I a surety bear a child, which am old? Is anything too hard for Yahweh? At the appointed time, I will return unto thee according to the time, and Sarai shall have a son. Then Sarah denied, saying, I laugh not, for she was afraid. And he said, nay, but thou didst laugh. And the men rose up from thence and looked towards Sodom, and Abram went with them to bring them on the way. And Yahweh said, I shall hide from Abram. And Yahweh said, shall I hide from Abram a thing which I do? Seeing that Abram shall surely become a great, mighty nation, and all the nations of the earth shall be blessed in him. For I know him, that he will command his children and his household after him, and they shall keep the way of Yahweh to do justice and judgment, that Yahweh may bring upon Abraham that which he hath spoken of him. And Yahweh said, wait. I apologize. I gotta pause that song. That song is very popular, and Facebook will flag that. I do not own the rights to any of this music. All right. So Facebook, don't be hating. I just want to try to do some music, play some scriptures. We don't want no smoke. All right. But that last song was called it's a Northern Cree. The song is called Smiling. When we get the round dance, you were smiling the whole time through that sweet song. Yeah, hey, yeah, hey, yeah. Just like birds were singing in my mind the whole time. Hey, yeah, hey, yeah, hey, yeah. So it's a love song about being at a dance with someone that you fell in love with. But the words are there in English, and it's very easy to catch. So I don't want no smoke, just drums and instrumentals. Yes, ma'am. Yes, little mama. You didn't want anything, did you? All right, back at it. So Genesis chapter 18, verse 20. We're not at verse 20. Okay, so like what? Con. Hold on 1 second, Con. All right. You want to scoot over? You have the boo-boo? Yeah. Bust it off. Go potty. So good job. All right, TORAH. So Genesis chapter 18, verse 16. And the men rose up from thence and looked towards Sodom. And Abraham went with them to bring them on the way. And Yahweh said, shall I hide from Abram that which I shall do, seeing that Abram shall surely become a great and mighty nation, and all nations of the earth shall be blessed of him. For I know him, that he will command his children and his household after him, and they shall keep the way of Yahweh to do justice and judgment, that Yahweh may bring upon Abraham that which he hath spoken of him. And Yahweh said, because the cry of Sodom and Gomorrah is great. And I apologize, I forgot we were on the conference call, and I don't even know where my phone is at. So can I help you? I can help you. It's okay, go sit on the potty, Kai. Great job. Kai, go help Soraya, Baba Kusha. I'm gonna hand you up this way. Oh, Shalawah. Her name is so cool. Serenity means Shalawah in Hebrew. And Yahweh said, because the cry of Sodom and Gomorrah is great, and because their sin is very grievous, I will go down now and see whether they have done altogether according to the cry of it, which has come up to me, and if not, I will know. And the men turned their faces from thence. Now, pay very close attention. There was three that came together. Abraham were walking with three. Two of them were left and were called men. They weren't called angels. They weren't called the Lord. But one was with Abraham that is called the Lord. That's very important. I know a lot of people that go from messianic to non-messianic, they like to overlook scriptures and verses and things like that. I don't want you all to do that. I think our grandparents knew this. Our grandparents knew that Christ was in the Old Testament. Yahweh walked as the representative of Yahweh Shai. I'm sorry, everybody. Pause, please. You did it. Good job. Yay. When she's done, go use a party. All right. So in the book of Genesis, chapter 18 and verse 20. And Yahweh said, because the cry of Sodom and Gomorrah is great, and because their sin is very grievous, I will go down now and see whether they have done altogether according to the cry of it, which is come unto me. And if not, I will know. And the men turned their faces from thence and went towards Sodom. And Abraham stood yet before Yahweh. And Abraham drew near and said, wilt thou also destroy the righteous with the wicked? Peradventure, there be 50 righteous within the city. Wilt thou also destroy and not spare the place for the 50 righteous that are therein? That be far from thee to do after this manner, to slay the righteous with the wicked, and the righteous, and that the righteous should be as the wicked. That be far from thee. Shall not the judge of all the earth do right? And Yahweh said, if I find in Sodom 50 righteous within the city, these I will spare all the place for their sakes. And Abraham answered and said, behold now, I have taken upon me to speak unto my Lord, which am but dust and ashes. Peradventure, there shall lack 5 of the 50 righteous. Wilt thou also destroy the city for the lack of 5? And he said, if I find there 40 and 5, I will not destroy it. And he spake unto him yet again and said, peradventure, there shall be 40 found there. And he said, I will not destroy it for 40's sake. And he said unto them, oh, let not the Lord be angry, and I will speak. Peradventure, there shall be 30. Peradventure, there shall 30 be found there. And he said, I will not do it if I find 30 there. And he said, behold now, I have taken it upon me to speak unto the Lord. Let's go to verse 31. Verse 31. Now we see Adonijah. Verse 31, all the way from the beginning of 1 all the way down, we've seen a common theme of the word Lord, 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 Lord. But what we weren't taught, and what we have to learn right now and today, is that that word Lord everywhere is not the same. It's not the same. The water, thank you so very much. Whenever it's mentioned in all capitals, it's the name of Yahweh. It's his name. It's his title. It's his memorial. He said, this is my memorial. And he used Yahweh. So when Abraham said, I'll take it upon me, oh, not the Lord be angry with me, and I will yet speak this once. Peradventure, 10 shall be found there. And he said, I will not destroy it for 10 sakes. And Yahweh, the Lord, went his way as soon as he left communing with Abram, and Abram turned unto this place, his place. Repeat after me. Kal Asherah, the body Yahweh. Kal Asherah, Debar Yahweh, Na Aisha, Wa Na Shemai. All that Yahweh has said, will we do and hear. Thank you. Scoot over. It's not safe. Scoot over. It's not safe. Atahalak. Ya, go. Halak. Kayaya, Saraya, Kwamla Baita. Not for you. That's what that is. Kwamlaba. La'a, Shakwat, Kwamlaba. Shop. Whenever we finish up each verse, we say Kala Shara, the body Yahweh, Na'isha, or Nashemai, each chapter of the Old Testament. And what this means is all that the Lord has said, will we do and hear. Kala Shara, the body Yahweh, Na'isha, or Nashemai is something that can be found in the book of Exodus, chapter 19. When the Most High gave us his laws, statutes, and commandments, it was at the bottom of a mountain that there was a great group of people that were the descendants of Abraham. And when we heard the instructions of the Most High, it's all throughout the Bible. We said, all that the Lord has said, we will do and hear. Whenever you say Shemai, Shemai is one single word that has dual meanings. Shemai means to hear me and do what I said. If you've ever had a parent that says, you hear me, but you ain't doing what I'm saying. It's very important to hear and do. So real quick, recap, something I really like about that chapter. There's so many things I like about that chapter. I would really like to have the liberty to be able to speak about it in a format to where it could be edifying to everybody uninterrupted. What we have to do is a short form and go in the spirit. Please bear with me. Nobody move. Nobody move. Don't nobody move. Stop. Don't do that, Saraya. So, all that the Lord has said, will we do and hear. Kala Shara, Debar Yahweh, Na Aisha, Wa Na Shemai. All that Yahweh has said, will we do and hear. Hallelujah. Genesis chapter 19, verse 1. Please don't move. Don't move. Don't move. You're pulling my cords. Genesis chapter 19, verse 1. Now, remember in Genesis chapter 18, there was a distinction that was made. Oh, my God. Yes, I love you, Yahweh, so much. Yes. There was a distinction that was made between the angel and the men that was with Abraham. We're going to see that same distinction right here. We're going to see that same distinction right here in Genesis chapter 19. Let's read through. And it came to pass, the two angels of Sodom at even, and it came to pass, two angels at, let me start over. Genesis chapter 19, verse 1. And there came two angels to Sodom at even, and Lot sat in the gate of Sodom. And Lot, seeing them, rose up to meet them, and he bowed himself with his face toward the ground. Same thing Abraham did. So he learned from a good man, Abraham. If anyone tells you Abraham didn't exist, that's a thing you might want to rebuke. Verse 2. And he said, behold, now my lords. Now, this is a huge city. First of all, Sodom and Gomorrah just in two like little dots on the map. All right, you have Sodom is like California, and then you have Gomorrah, which is like LA, and then there's 5 cities in between. So it was a large location. It was a large location, and these two angels, two men, were sent to a specific pinpoint spot. And when this man, Lot, seen them, he knew that there was something different about them. In case you didn't know, the people of Sodom and Gomorrah were disgusting. Every sexual deviate thing you could think of was just, it was terribly done there. including anything that you can think of. So when Lot became the keeper of these men, he wanted to make sure that they weren't molested, they weren't harmed, they weren't forced in any of the customs of the people of Sodom. Now, if you need help with that, you can look up antiquities for yourself. I'm sorry, I don't have the time to speak on it right now. Yes, I excuse you, Mom. Come on, go off, let me know. Genesis chapter 19, verse 2. And he said, behold, now, my lords, turn in, I pray you, into your servant's house, and tarry all night, and wash your feet, and ye shall rise up early and go on your way. And they said, nay, but we will abide in the street all night. And he pressed upon them greatly, and they turned in unto him, and entered into his house, and he made them a feast, and did bake unleavened bread, and they did eat. But before they lay down, the men of the city, even the men of Sodom, compassed the house round, both old and young, all the people from every quarter. And they called unto Lot and said unto him, where are the men which came to thee this night? Bring them out unto us, that we may know them. And Lot went out at the door unto them, and shut the door after him, and said, I pray you, brethren, do not so wickedly. Behold now, I have 2 daughters, which have not known a man. Let me, I pray you, bring them out unto you. And do ye to them as is good in your eyes. Only unto these young men do nothing, for they come unto them. For therefore came they under the shadow of my roof. There's so many things that I want to point out, but I'm just reading. While we have a moment, I want to just suggest that Lot had more than 2 daughters. All right. Look up antiquities. All right. And if you are a reader, never mind. We ain't explaining nothing. All right. And they said, stand back. And he said again, this one fellow came to sojourn, and he will now needs be a judge. Now will we deal worse with thee than with them? And he pressed sore, and they pressed sore upon the man, even Lot, and came near to break the door. But the men put forth their hand and pulled Lot into the house to them to shut the door. And they smote the men that were at the door of the house with blindness, both small and great, so that they wearied themselves to find the door. And all the men said unto Lot, hast thou... Okay, come on. You gotta go? Oh, you have a boo-boo? Can I see it? Where? Okay. Okay. Verse 12. And the men said unto Lot, hast thou any here? Hast thou here any besides son-in-law? Any? And thy sons and thy daughters, and whatsoever hast thou in the city, bring them out of this place. For we will destroy this place, because the cry of them is waxing great before the face of Yahweh. And Yahweh has sent us to destroy it. And Lot went out and spake unto his sons-in-law, which married his daughters. Now here's the issue. We're just saying that his daughters were virgins. So now we have this verse, and this verse makes us ask a lot of questions that could be brought up, right? So what do you all say about that? All right, I'll let every man speak to how they choose. And Lot went out and spake unto his sons-in-law, which married his daughters, and said, up, get you out of this place, for the Lord will destroy the city. But he seemed as one that mocked unto his sons-in-law. And when the morning arose, then the angels hastened Lot, saying, arise, take thy wife and thy 2 daughters, which are here, Thy two. Shh. 1 second. Hold on, Benaf. Go potty. Go potty. Go potty. Uh-oh, you hurt your hand? Oh my God, I love you so much. All right, go potty. I kind of lot. Great job. And thy two daughters, which are here, lest thou be consumed in the iniquity of the city. And while he lingered, the men laid hold on his hand, and upon the hand of his wife, and upon the hand of his two daughters. And Lot being merciful, and the Lord being merciful unto him. And they brought him forth, and set him without the city. And it came to pass, when they had brought them forth abroad, that he said, escape for thy life, look not behind thee, neither stay thou in all the plain, escape to the mountain, lest thou be consumed. And Lot said unto them, Oh, not so, my Lord. Behold, now thy servant hath found grace in thy sight, and thou hast magnified thy mercy, which thou hast showed unto me in saving my life. I cannot escape to the mountain, lest some evil take me and I die. Behold, now this city is near to flee unto, and it is a little one. Oh, let me escape thither. Is it not a little one? And my soul shall live. And he said unto him, See, I have accepted thee concerning this thing also, that I will not overthrow this city for the which thou hast spoken. Hasten thee, escape thither, for I cannot do anything till thou come thither. Therefore, the name of the city is called Zoar. And the sun was risen upon the earth when Lot entered Zoar. And Yahweh rained upon Sodom and Gomorrah brimstone and fire from the Lord out of heaven. And he overthrew those cities and all the plain and all the inhabitants of the city and that which grew upon the ground. And his wife looked back from behind him, and she became a pillar of salt. And Abraham got up early in the morning to the place where he stood before Yahweh. And he looked toward Sodom and Gomorrah and toward all the land and the plain, and beheld, and lo, the smoke of the country went up as the smoke of a furnace. And it came to pass, when God destroyed the cities of the plain, God remembered Abraham and sent Lot out of the midst of the overthrow, when he overthrew the cities in which Lot dwelt.
What happened, Toria?
Verse 30, Shequach. And Lot went up out of Zoar and dwelt in the mountains, and his two daughters with him. And he feared to dwell in Zoar. And he dwelt in the caves, he and his two daughters. And his firstborn said unto the younger, Our father is old, and there is no man in the earth to come in unto us after the manner of all the earth. Come, let us make our father drink wine, and we will lie with him, that we may preserve seed of our father. And they made their father to drink wine that night. And the firstborn went in and lay with her father, and he perceived not when she lay down, nor when she arose. And it came to pass on the morrow that the firstborn said unto the younger, Behold, I lay yesternight with my father. Let us make him drink wine also this night, and go thou in and lie with him, that we may preserve seed for our father. And they made their father drink wine that night also. And the younger arose and lay with him, and he perceived not when she lay down, nor when she arose. Thus were both the daughters of Lot with child by their father, and the firstborn bare a son, and called his name Moab, and the second is the father of the Moabites unto this day. And the younger, she also bare him a son, which called his name Benani, which is the father of the children of Ammon unto this day. Kala Shirah, Debar Yahweh, Na'isha, Wanashemai. All they Yahweh said, what we do, and hear. Genesis chapter 20, verse 1. And Abraham journeyed from thence towards the city, the south country, and dwelled between Kadesh and Shur, and sojourned in Gerar. And Abraham said unto Sarai his wife, She is my sister. And Abimelech, king of Gerar, sent and took Sarai. And God came to Abimelech in a dream by night, and said unto him, Behold, thou art but a dead man, for the woman which thou hast taken, for she is a man's wife. But Abimelech had not came near her. And he said, Lord, wilt thou also slay the righteous, a righteous nation? Said he not unto me, She is my sister? And she herself said, He is my brother, and the integrity of my heart and innocency of my hands have I done this. And God said unto him in a dream, Yea, I know that thou didst this in the integrity of thy heart, for I also withheld thee from sinning against me. Therefore suffered I thee not to touch her. Suffered I not thee to touch her. Now therefore restore the man his wife, for he is a prophet, and he shall pray for thee, and thou shalt live. And if thou restore her not, thou know that thou shalt surely die, thou and all that are thine. Therefore Abimelech rose early in the morning, and called for his servants, and told all these things in their ears, and the men were sore afraid. And Abimelech called Abraham and said unto him, What hast thou done unto us? And what have I offended thee, that thou hast brought on me and my kingdom a great sin? Thou hast done deeds unto me that ought not to be done. And Abimelech said unto Abraham, What sawest thou that thou hast done this thing? And Abimelech said unto Abraham, What sawest thou that thou hast done this thing? And Abraham said, Because I thought surely the fear of God is not in this place, and they will slay me for my wife's sake. And yet indeed she is my sister. She is the daughter of my father, but not the daughter of my mother. And she became my wife. And it came to pass, when God caused me to wander from my father's house, that I said unto her, This is the kindness which thou shalt show unto me. At every place whether we shall come, say of me, He is my brother. And Abimelech took sheep and oxen and manservants and women servants, and gave them unto Abraham, and restored him Sarah his wife. And Abimelech said, Behold, my land is before thee, dwell where it pleaseth thee. And Sarah said, and unto Sarah he said, Behold, I have given thy brother, Behold, I have given thy brother 1,000 pieces of silver. He is to thee a covering of the eyes. Unto all that are with thee, and with all other, thus was she reproved. I want to see this word. The word reproved is what I want to see right here. Yakah. All right. Yeah. All right. Beautiful. All right. Kala Shira. The body Hawa. Na Aisha. Wanashama. All that Yahweh said. What we do. And here. Great job, quick spirit one. Please don't touch that. Go out and thank you very much. La'ah Shakwat. Genesis chapter 21. All right. Let me go back one. All right, we're going to go to Genesis chapter 21 and verse 1. And Yahweh visited as he had said, and Yahweh did unto Sarah as he had spoken. And Sarah conceived and bare Abraham a son in his old age. And bare Abraham a son in his old age at the time which God had spoken to him. And Abraham called the name of his son that was born unto him, who Sarah born him Isaac. And Abraham circumcised his son Isaac, being 8 days old, as God had commanded him. And Abraham was 100 years old when his son Isaac was born unto him. And Sarah said, God hath made me to laugh, so that Verse 4, and Abraham circumcised his son, being 8 days old, as God had commanded him. And Abraham was 100 years old when his son was born unto him. And Sarah said, God hath made me to laugh, so that all that hear will laugh with me.
No. I was in this
Genesis chapter 21 and verse 7. And she said, who would have said unto Abraham that Sarah should have given children suck? For I have borne him a son in his old age. And the children grew and was weaned. And Abraham made a great feast the same day, and Isaac was weaned. And Sarah saw the son of Hagar the Egyptian, which she had borne unto Abraham, mocking. Therefore she said unto Abraham, cast out this bondman and her son, for the son of this bondman shall not be heir with my son, even with Isaac. And the thing was very grievous in Abraham's sight because of his son. And God said unto Abraham, let it not be grievous in thy sight because of the lad, and because of thy bondwoman. In all that Sarah hath said unto thee, hearken unto her voice, for in Isaac shall thy seed be called. And also the son of the bondwoman will I make a nation, because he is thy seed. And Abraham rose up early in the morning and took bread and a bottle of water, and gave it unto Hagar, putting it on her shoulder. And the child and sent her away, and she departed and wandered in the wilderness of Beersheba. And the water was spent. And the water was spent in the bottle, and she cast the child under one of the shrubs. And she went and sat down over against him a good way off, as it were a bow shot, for she said, let me not see the death of the child. And she sat over against him and lifted up her voice and wept. And God heard the voice of the lad, and the angel of God called to Hagar out of heaven and said unto her, what aileth thee, Hagar? Fear not, for God hath heard the voice of the lad where he is. Arise, lift up the lad, and hold him in thine hand, for I will make him a great nation. And God opened her eyes and showed her a well of water, and she went and filled the bottle of water, and gave the lad drink. And God was with the lad, and he grew and dwelt in the wilderness and became an archer. And he dwelt in the wilderness of Paran, and his mother took him a wife out of the land of Egypt. And it came to pass at that time that Abimelech and Phicol, the chief captain of his host, spake unto Abraham, saying, God is in thee, God is with thee in all that thou doest. Now therefore swear unto me by God that thou wilt not deal falsely with me, nor my son, nor my son's son, but according to the kindness which I have done unto thee, thou shalt do unto me, and to the land wherein thou hast sojourned. And Abraham said, I will swear. And Abraham reproved Abimelech because of the well of water which Abimelech's servant had violently taken away. And Abimelech said, I will not, I what not who have done this thing, neither didst thou tell me, neither yet heard I of it but today. And Abraham took sheep and oxen and gave them to Abimelech, and both of them made a covenant. And Abraham set 7 ewe lambs by the flock by themselves. And Abimelech said unto Abraham, What mean these 7 ewe lambs which thou hast set by themselves? And he said, For these 7 ewe lambs shalt thou take of my hand, and that they may be a witness unto me that I have dug this well. Genesis chapter 21, verse 31. Wherefore he called that place Beersheba, because there they swore both of them. Thus they made a covenant at Beersheba. Then Abimelech rose up, and Phicol, the chief captain of his hosts, and they returned into the land of the Philistines. And Abraham planted a grove in Beersheba and called that the name of Yahweh, the everlasting Elohim. Let's go to this real quick. Genesis chapter 21. No. Genesis chapter 23, verse 34. And Abraham sojourned in the Philistines' land many days. Kalashara, the body Yahweh, Na'isha, Wanashamai. All that the Most High said, what we do, and hear. Genesis chapter 21, we're stopping at verse 24. Genesis chapter 21, verse 1. And it came to pass after these things that God did tempt Abraham, and said unto him, Abraham. And he said, Behold, here am I. And he said, Take now thy son, thine only son Isaac, whom thou lovest, and get thee into the land of Moriah, and offer him for a burnt offering upon one of the mountains which I will tell thee. And Abraham rose up early in the morning, and saddled his ass, and took 2 of his young men with him, and Isaac his son, and clave the wood for a burnt offering, and rose up and went unto a place which God had told him. And on the 3rd day Abraham lifted up his eyes, and saw that place afar off. And Abraham said unto the young man, Abide ye here with the ass, and I will take, and I and the lad will go up yonder and worship, and come again to you. And Abraham took the wood and the burnt offering, and laid it upon Isaac his son. And he took the fire, and he took the fire in his hand and a knife, and they went both of them together. And Isaac spake unto Abraham his father, and said, My father. And he said, Here am I, my son. And he said, Behold, the fire and the wood, but where is the lamb for the burnt offering? And Abraham said, My son, God will provide himself a lamb for a burnt offering. So they went both of them together. And they came to a place which God had told of him. And Abraham built an altar there, and said, and laid the wood on the altar, and bound Isaac his son, and laid him on the altar upon the wood. And Abraham stretched forth his hand, and took the knife to slay his son. And the angel of the Lord called unto him out of heaven, and said, Abraham, Abraham. And he said, Here am I. And he said, Lay not thy hand upon the lad, neither do thou anything unto him. For now I know that thou fearest Allah. Elohim. For I know that thou fearest God, seeing that thou hast not withheld thy son, thine only son, from me. And Abraham lifted up his eyes and looked, and behold, behind him a ram caught in the thicket by his horns. And Abraham went and took the ram, and offered him up for a burnt offering in the stead of his son. And Abraham called the name of that place Jehovah Jireh, as it is to this day. And the mount of the Lord it shall be seen. And the angel of the Lord called unto Abraham out of heaven the second time, and he said, by myself have I sworn, said the Lord, for because thou hast done this thing, and thou hast not withheld thy son, thy only son, that in blessing I will bless thee, and in multiplying I will multiply thy seed as the stars of heaven, and as the sand which is upon the seashore, and thy seed shall possess the gate of thy enemies. And verse 18, and in thy seed shall all thy nations of the earth be blessed, because thou hast obeyed my voice. So Abraham returned unto his young men, and they rose up and went together into Beersheba, and Abraham dwelt at Beersheba. And it came to pass after these things that he was old, Abraham saying, behold, Milcah, she hath borne children unto thy brother Nahor. Buz, his firstborn, and Buz, his brother, and Kemuel, the father of Aram, and Chezid, and Hazol, and Pildash, and Jidlaph, and Bethuel. And Bethuel begot Rebekah. These 8 Milcah did bear to Nahor, Abraham's brother, and his concubine, those who Remoah she bare also Tebah and Gaham, and the Hash and Ma'acha. All right. Kol Asherah, the body Yahweh, Na'isha, Wana Shemai. All that Yahweh has said, will we do and hear. All right. This week's Torah portion is very action-packed. There's a lot of principles that's in here, and I would like to encourage everybody to take your time and study. And what you're going to find out is that there's a lot of blessings that's in here. Christ is all in the Old Testament. Also, at the time frame where Isaac was going to be sacrificed was the same time that Rebekah was being born, which proves that Isaac is like 17 years older than Rebekah. And she was a baby. See you next Torah portion.